Now, one song that the kids really like is There Is Victory for Me. Now, again, this goes with most of our good Bible stories, with Esther, with Daniel, and I think it's one of the recommended songs in Daniel. Now, again, you can teach a lot through this song. Sometimes you might want to just sing it, and then the second time you go through it, maybe next week or whatever, you can go through it slowly. Eventually, the kids will get used to the fact that you talk about the song and you go through it. So, it's a good bouncy song, kids like it, and there's a little twist in singing it that can make it fun. So there is victory for me. What is victory? It means to win. What would we win over? We would win over sin. We would win over things that make us feel bad, feeling lonely, for example, and all of that. And sometimes people, if we have people who don't like us, there's victory for me. There's victory for me through the blood of Christ my Savior. There is victory. Now, how do you explain that? How do you tie? There's victory over sin. There's victory over depression or feeling lonely or other people. Well, somehow this is tied to, through the blood of Christ my Savior, there is victory. Well, Jesus died for us. And the thing that you might want to emphasize here is that he did it so that we could belong to him and we could live forever with him. But that also means he's living with us right now. The tie being that when Jesus is with us, and we know that he's always with us because we have asked him into our heart, then he can always help us. It's that help that gives us victory. And so, anyway, that's just one of the things there. For me, yes, me. For me, yes, me. Through the blood of Christ my Savior, there is victory. And as you talk about the idea of blood, it's the idea that he had to give his life to pay for our sin, to take our place, the substitution and the payment for our sin. And he gave his life. How was that life represented? He shed his precious blood for us. So, I will sing it through one time and then I'll show you the twist here. And it's always good to practice because I even got mucked up there for a second, okay? So, there is victory for me. There is victory for me. Through the blood of Christ my Savior, there is victory for me. For me, yes me. For me, yes me. Through the blood of Christ my Savior, there is victory. Now what we do is you spell out victory. And again, you don't have to do it the same week. Just sing this through twice. The first week, kids get the idea. Next week, when you sing it again, say, we're going to do things a little bit different. Do you see that word victory? Can anybody spell that for me? That's right, V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. So, when we get to that word, we're not going to say victory the second time we sing it through. We're going to say V-I-C-T-O-R-Y. And that adds speed to the song and just makes it kind of fun for them. So, there is V-I-C-T-O-R-Y for me. There is V-I-C-T-O-R-Y for me. Through the blood of Christ my Savior, there is V-I-C-T-O-R-Y for me. For me, yes me. For me, yes me. Through the blood of Christ my Savior, there is V-I-C-T-O-R-Y for me. Very good.